All right, and welcome back to part 6 of Star Trek Resurgence, continuing right now.
Zelda does not appear to have left any warp signature at all. I cannot track its trajectory.
I held on as long as I could.
We saved many lives. And our people on the Zelda knew the risks their duties entailed.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back.
Yes, Commander.
You saved as many Lydian lives as you could. And more importantly, you looked after your crew. That's what counts. You have to look out for your own, first and foremost.
I don't know.
That doesn't change the fact 15 lives were lost out there.
True. But 5 times more than that were saved. It's all a matter of perspective. Unfortunately, the Admiral was among those who didn't make it. I'm sure it's a huge blow to the Lydians. I hope they don't blame us. We suffered our own losses as well.
How are we getting our away team back?
Ambassador Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances. While protocol might suggest we alert Starfleet about our situation, missing crew, the data breach, possible threat from the Hatari, or Khan, I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves, under our control. You know what's at stake for me here, and what is at stake for you, too. I can't afford another mission gone wrong, and I'm really counting on your support. I don't want to raise a false alarm just yet. I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
I'm sorry, Captain, but this isn't about you. The lives of everyone who wears a uniform are at stake.
I don't see it that way.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
On our way. Is there any update on our efforts to trace the Zelda's warp signature?
Unfortunately, no. Somehow they were able to mask the signature and block our ability to track their trajectory.
I'm also concerned about what went with them. A Taconian energy source.
Sidron referred to it as the Cartabula.
Yes, I've been analyzing your tricorder scans. This Cartabula is more powerful than any energy source on record. It disabled our ability to warp and likely created the ion storm.
Something that powerful in their hands?
We have to find that ship.
It could be anywhere by now.
Literally anywhere.
I have faith in our away team. They won't give up easily, and if they can somehow manage to stay alive, then maybe they could get word to us about their location.
That'd be a hell of a lucky break.
Right now, we need all the luck we can get. The Takan also compromised our systems when Petty Officer Maris stole data from our computer core.
We're assessing what was lost as we speak. It's just too soon to say exactly what they had access to.
Starfleet needs to know about this.
We're not contacting Starfleet until we fully understand the situation. There are too many unknowns.
They stole our data. That's reason enough to warn Starfleet.
But the captain does have a point. It might be better to wait until we know more.
We shouldn't take any chances. We should at least alert Starfleet that our system was compromised.
I agree with Commander Rydek. We should let Starfleet decide how they want to handle it.
And essentially tell them this mission was a failure before it's even over? No. That's not how we're gonna do it. Not on my ship. I want to speak with the Hatari and get to the bottom of this before we get Starfleet involved.
I expect we'll meet resistance. The Hotari think we violated our neutrality by entering their minds. Assuming the negotiations are off, we no longer have an official role here.
We still have a responsibility to the Hotari and the Elydians.
The Takan are a threat to both their civilizations.
No. They're a threat to us all. The device Commander Rydek found in the Taconian Vault is an advanced delivery mechanism for a complex biogenetic transformation process.
Meaning what, exactly?
Not only are they bioforming innocent hosts, transforming them into Takan, they're taking the DNA and engrammatic data of a specific Taconian and displacing that of its host. It's a hostile takeover on a cellular level, bringing individual Takan back to life, one by one.
Is there some way it could be reversed?
That's exactly what I've been trying to find out. So far, it appears the answer is no. Once the Taconian takes control, the displacement of the host is irreversible. And the bioforming appears to be permanent. Petty Officer Maris called herself a scion of the Flame, but the computer had no information about it.
She also shot the hell out of my ship as she escaped and nearly killed a few of our crew. So we know this about those scions. They're dangerous.
The Takan have crossed a line. That much is certain. However, meeting with the Hotari could offer insight into their true intentions, under the pretense of an apology for betraying their trust and trespassing on their territory.
What if there are no Hotari left? If Galvin and Sidron were Takan, who else? The Queen?
I think we would know if that were the case. We'll take every precaution.
With the Cartabula gone, I can confirm we have regained warp capability and the use of our transporters.
Excellent. Commander Ermot, see if we can arrange a meeting on Hotari as soon as possible. As Ambassador Spock suggested, under the pretense of an apology.
Aye, Captain.
Nice work, everyone.
You're long overdue for a Duridium infusion.
It looks like I am.
Aside from almost running out of Duridium, you're in good health.
Nice to get some positive news for a change.
You I don't worry about. The Captain, however...
Go on.
You see it, don't you? He's desperate. Withholding intel from Starfleet just to save his reputation. That's not normal behavior for a captain. I was relieved you called him out on it. Which was surprising since you followed his order to blow the bolts back at Starbase. You've spent enough time with him now, seen enough of how he runs the ship. If there's something wrong, as the ship's doctor, I need to know.
Oh boy.
Don't sugarcoat it. You know I wouldn't.
I am worried about him. And, like, this is... I've felt this way since the beginning, really.
To be honest, I'm worried about him. It seems like the stress of this mission is getting to him. He has so much riding on its success, and I am concerned he'll do something rash to ensure it.
Good to know we see eye to eye on this. And I want to be clear, I care about Solano, I really do. I've been his doctor for years. There are more important things at stake than offending an old friend. If it gets any worse, you know where to find me.
Jara.
Monitor your Duridium levels. I'll be right back.
How's your wound?
Like it was never there. I feel lucky you were there with me. Without you, I'd be, well... Thank you for saving my life. Even with the wonders of your technology, it wouldn't have mattered if you'd left me for dead.
I should be thanking you. You took that disruptor shot for me. Without you, I might be the one in sickbay, or worse.
Well, I couldn't just let you die. Not after all you did to help.
I won't forget it.
We saw the truth down in those mines. What Sidron and Galvin really are. Who they've become. The lengths they're willing to go to. What they did to that Lydian. It's hard to accept that everything I thought I knew, so much was a lie. The horror of that underneath our feet the entire time.
It's always better to know. No matter how awful, the truth is better than living with a lie.
I am coming around to that thinking as well.
Commander Rydick, you're needed on the bridge at once.
What is it?
The Hotari have agreed to meet.
So as we're going forward here, just a couple thoughts. The doctor asked directly what's going on with the captain, and whether it was drinking during his duty shift, whether it was, you saw it, Rydick, they're all out to get me, every single one of them. I don't think that he's like completely lost to paranoid delusions, but he doesn't feel like he has the confidence of the crew. He feels like there's like plots against him, and in a situation where in at least one specific case with Miranda, that's actually true, I don't think that's going to be good for him. Like, I don't want this to become like a Saturday morning cartoon, but in a story scenario where the Takan are using crystals to overwrite the personalities of real people, like regular people around him, how long until somebody who's already given towards a little bit of paranoia is going to be like, you're all Takan. So to not say to the doctor, I'm worried about him, felt irresponsible. Also, I wasn't going to be the one to bring up at the meeting, I think we should go to Starfleet. But as soon as somebody else said it, I was like, yeah, as the first officer, this is protocol. Our systems have been compromised. Our crew is missing. We don't know where they are. This seems like something that Starfleet would need to know about. And the fact that he's not willing to do that, and isn't even that shy about saying, I don't want them to know because it would be bad for my career prospects, that reflects really badly on him. And sometimes what you need to do is give people enough space to show what's going on with them rather than making the accusations prematurely. So that's how we're handling it, and that's what I said to the doctor. And oh no, there was something I was going to say there as well. Oh, the scene that we just had with Tylus. It's been a while since we've looked at our personality stuff, so I just wanted to look through this as well. Boy, there was one other thing about them. Also, like, it really feels like there's a little bit of a spark between Tylus and Jarek. At least Tylus specifically shoots a lot of looks at Jara. So I'm just like keeping one eye on that as we go through. Captain Solano understood Jara's feelings of remorse over the lives that couldn't be saved during the Elydian ship rescue, and he was disappointed by Jara's refusal to support his decision whether to alert Starfleet about the status of the mission. And he was angered by Jara's continued refusal to support his decision, leaving him questioning his choice of first officer. Well, what he should be doing is questioning his choice of action. Because I wasn't going to raise this as a point of contention in front of the crew, but when the crew recommend it, I feel like voicing support for what is actually in the rule book and what makes sense based on the information in front of us. It's not like just go by the rules all the time, but my God, look at what's happening. Lieutenant Bedrosian was thrilled to have Jara's support and encouragement during the Elydian rescue mission. I don't necessarily remember that. I think I said good work or something. And will be eternally grateful Jara saved her from serious injury from the plasma blast. What would the serious injury have looked like? Oh my god. She was charred black down to the tips of her fingers. Ambassador Spock supported Jara's assessment that Starfleet should be informed that the Resolute system had been compromised. Yeah, it seems super important, actually. Commander Westbrook respected Jara's inclination to protect the crew when Starbase ordered her to disengage the docking clamps. He was troubled that she seemed willing to follow his orders without explaining the situation. Okay, wow, he's still caught up on, like, what happened back when we were at the Starbase. So, okay. Tylus felt proud after Jara supported the way she handled the guard in the mines on Tau, but she was shaken by her encounter with another guard, so she was grateful for Jara's encouragement and support. Commander Ermot, this is all about the crew on the hull. Really, no updates from him about supporting his idea at the mission meeting about notifying Starfleet. Dr. Duvall was grateful for Jara's defiance when Captain Solano suggested withholding information from Starfleet, and she shares Jara's concern that his judgment may be impaired. Yeah, asked and answered, like I've said my piece on that. And then he's still caught up on the orders to blow the bolts, and Ensign Calloway is still grateful for that. Let me just look under Carter. Like, what's our relationship with Petty Officer Maris, do you think, now that she's an alien and also I shot her? Ed Solar wasn't happy Carter sent Miranda to the brig, and his defensiveness over us didn't help matters. Sorry, I stumbled there verbally because I did not stumble ethically. I was not defensive at all. Forgive me, Petty Officer Ed Solar, but I explained very clearly, or at least I thought. Now I'm trying to remember what he said, but if there's something wrong with her, again, sorry to repeat this, but either she's compromised in some way, or she's a mutineer and a traitor. And either way, you put her in the brig first, and then you bring the doctor by to check her out, which I have to say, I feel entirely vindicated by. So Petty Officer Ed Solar has really got to get over it. It's not like, ha ha, I told you so. It's, this is why I made the decision that I did. I'm not being defensive. I'm explaining what the rationale was. Miranda was tired of hearing Carter's accusations in the brig, and she won't soon forget when he added injury to insult when he shot her during the escape. Yeah, she's also going to have to get over that, given the fact that she's a mutineer and an alien. So get over it. Chovak was seriously impressed by Carter's undaunted courage when he learned there would be no rescue attempt aboard the Zeldi. As I've done with Carter Diaz from the start, you make do with what you have. Complaining about it and being like worried, I don't know. I didn't do it to impress him. It was like, well, this is what we've got. We're going to have to make the most of it. Commander Westbrook, okay, so we've read that, and then we've also read that. Okay, so we are fully caught up, and we are now... What is modes, by the way? Oh, different gameplay modes. Got it. Okay. To catch up on those every once in a while.
They haven't found us yet.
We can't just wait to be rescued. We have no idea when or if the Resolute is gonna catch up. But if we can get access to the Zeldi systems, we might be able to figure out what the Takan are up to. You got somewhere we could do that?
Hold on, Major. I'm gonna just take a quick look at some of your stuff.
Good thing this was here. Made it a lot easier to transport across the ship. If we took another second, Miranda might have...
Come on, Carter. We need to stick with the tall guy.
For how uptight the Illydians are, their cargo bay is kind of a mess. Huh. Illydian consoles still have mechanical keyboards as a backup. Power cells. Illydians must supplement main system power with these.
Boy, wouldn't it be great to see, like, Wesley Crusher just pull out, like, a PS2 keyboard when he needed to drive the ship? Oh, my console's busted. Hold on. Let me just plug this in.
No time to look over here. I better follow Major Arminta.
I gotta turn it off first because it would be dangerous. Oh, do you have a USB one? Thanks, Data. Yeah, I'll plug this one in. There we go. 104 key US keyboard. Pilot the chip.
Looks airtight and climate controlled. Must be where they put the precious cargo.
Okay, we'll talk to him in just a second.
Based on how this is reinforced, probably contains dilithium. Stray phaser blast could cause a piezoelectric rupture and blow a hole in the ship. Better be careful.
Right. See, that kind of information feels valuable to have in a situation where we're behind enemy lines, so to speak.
Up there? Alright. Etzelar, let's do this.
The internal sensors.
The what?
When they scan the ship for life signs, they'll know right where we are.
There must be devices that perform the scan.
Right there. And there. There's several of them around the room.
Got it. We'll disable them.
How? They're too high to reach, even for me.
Not too high for our phasers.
Low power, Nelly. Let's not set off any fire alarms.
I got the ones over here.
Okay, that felt unnecessary. I feel like, she was probably comfortable with that.
Got one. Another down.
I don't know what the range on this is.
Hurry, Carter!
I am. Only one left.
I mean, what is she doing?
Here it comes.
I guess she had the other side of the room.
It works. They won't be able to detect us.
That buys us some time.
Now that the Zeldi has its power again, I might be able to access some of the ship's systems from here. I'll take care not to give away our position.
Hey,
Khan might not even know we're still on board the ship. Miranda only saw us transport away. She probably thinks we're back on the Resolute.
Miranda.
Don't give up on her yet, Carter. For all we know, she was trapped, watching it happen. Fighting it the whole time.
that's really distracting.
The person who shot at us wasn't Miranda. Don't think for a second that she turned on us. Because I don't.
Neither do I. I know it seems like we could never trust her again. But maybe there's a way to turn her back and Miranda could help us stop the Takan. Here, on the ship. Just because the Trill joining is permanent doesn't mean the Takan bioforming has to be.
I've heard enough of your prattling on about your friend. You have to think like a soldier. She's our enemy now. She'll be dealt with like the rest of the Takan.
My friend Miranda is not responsible for what she's doing. The Takan have taken control of her mind. We certainly can't kill her for it.
Speak for yourself. If anyone threatens the Empire, they are the enemy. It's just one life, and it's already been lost.
You don't get to talk about Miranda.
We don't like this any more than you do. The Takan are a threat to all of us. They turned our crewmates too. You really think they're gonna stop there?
All I know is that more of my people have been lost to the transformation than yours. Not to mention my admiral and the others who didn't survive your rescue attempt. Our losses are mounting. Yours are just beginning.
We're stuck on this ship, same as you.
I'm blocked out of helm control. Propulsion? And they're closing down systems faster than I can check them. They're always changing these interfaces. I can hardly keep up.
Thank God it's a really long scene where this is happening, too.
Let us help.
Fine. They're using a senior officer's access code to lock down our systems from the bridge. The Takan must have turned someone in command.
Here's something. I can see the course they have plotted in.
Is this where we're starting?
Long way from Hotari space.
I hope the Resolute is all right back there.
The Zelda. That's where we are.
Okay. The volume isn't the highest under the best of circumstances, and this is really annoying. Oh, what if we just notch down sound effects volumes a bunch? Let's try this briefly and see if that helps. Resume.
That's not exactly news.
I feel like that did help. Can we do it some more? Hold on. Settings. Sound effects. Let's just remember to turn this back up is all. Oh, much better.
The Lydian fleet has explored a lot of systems, but it's all in the opposite direction of where we're going. We're headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Nothing but uninhabited systems along the way. And if we keep going, we'll leave charted space. A lot sooner than I like to think about, too.
That can't happen. We need to take control and turn this ship around. Get back to the front lines of the battle for Elydia.
We are on the front lines. They're going to do this all over the Quadrant. The whole Federation is at risk.
That is a possibility, but it's already a reality for my people.
I'm sure it's pretty damn real for the people who are trapped in their own bodies controlled by the Takan. You can't just turn your back on them.
I'll take this ship without you if I have to. And I'll bring it back to Elydia, or I'll destroy it. I won't let it stay in the hands of the enemy.
Think strategically. We stand a better chance by working together. You're right to be angry, but it doesn't do any good to turn it on us.
Fair enough.
The most important thing is that we get control of this ship, so that we don't end up so far away that the Resolute can't ever catch up to us.
And if we control the Zeldi, that also means they can't use that Cartabula thing.
I'm not sure we can do much more from here.
What's this? It's a data stream.
It looks to be a two-way communication.
Let me see if I could put it through a demultiplexing processor.
Can you get that clearer?
I'm trying.
I'm pretty good at right-sticking, you guys.
Okay. That should do it.
Hello? Can you read me?
Itasca, is that you?
Major!
It's my lieutenant. Where are you?
I'm here with some of the others. We're trapped in the ATP.
Our artillery targeting platform.
The bulkheads are sealed, and ruptured power conduits on the other side are discharging at high voltage. Major, we've seen Sidron and the other Hatari, and if we can get free, I think we'll be able to overpower them and take back the ship.
Itasca, are you still there?
Oh, shit.
Itasca, are you still there?
You shouldn't trust anyone else you meet. The Hatari have been transforming people on this ship. We've seen it happen.
Bioforming.
It's only a matter of time before any remaining crew are turned against us. You have to come and help us.
I gotta ask, are you sure that's really your comrade?
It's Itasca. You're going to have to trust me. I know Lieutenant Itasca well. That's her. Clear and not under duress beyond our current circumstances. I'm sure of it.
I can do that, Major.
Then we don't have time to lose. We'll make it to you undetected, and we'll free you from the ATP.
We'll be ready and waiting, sir.
I may not know the computers very well, but I know every inch of this ship. I can get us there, safely, through the back routes.
I'm just praying that when the scene changes... Okay. Let's just get that fixed here. Go back in here. Sound effects volume was about there.
You may approach.
Your Majesty, an apology is in order. The Federation...
Spare us your apologies, your excuses, your pathetic explanations. You said you were here under the pretense of peace, yet you trespassed into our minds. I should have known you couldn't be trusted when you sided with the Elydians. Your intentions have been clear from the start.
I take full responsibility for my actions, which were entirely my own, not the Federation's.
How noble.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Her actions nearly caused a war.
I was addressing the Queen.
Galvin speaks for the Hotari now.
Fortunately, we were able to resolve this ourselves despite your interference. The Elydians have agreed the mines will remain under Hotari control.
We now recognize the Hotari as the sole authority in this region. Your presence here is no longer necessary.
So you can consider the matter resolved.
They never wanted the Federation involved. This was all just a ploy from the start.
We never needed the Federation involved. But we're so thankful that you've come.
That being said, the sooner you leave, the better.
The hell we will. What about my crew trapped aboard that ship? Or what you did to my security team? The data you stole? I want to make one thing clear. No one is to leave Hotari space without Federation approval. No one.
You think you have that power, when in fact you have none. You came here under the presumption you would be the ultimate authority. That you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing. Blinding you to the real power at work here. Something far beyond your feeble imagination.
The Federation's only interest was the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We believe everyone has the fundamental right to live their lives as they choose.
Spare me your primitive altruism. The Federation involves itself because it has the power to do so. Without power, the Federation would have nothing.
Let's not kid ourselves. Peace is the last thing they want. Commander Rydek saw what you did in those mines. How you bioformed innocent people against their will and turned them into Takan.
Takan. A word I haven't heard in a very long time. At the height of our power, the Takan Empire spanned hundreds of thousands of light years and trillions of Taconians.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered Federation territory.
What's yours was once ours, so it feels only right that we reclaim what was lost. Everything you hold dear will be gone. The first of many painful losses to come.
You won't get away with this. You'll be held accountable by the Federation.
I already have gotten away with it. And the Federation has no authority here. Not anymore. You might be surprised how many want to be part of the most advanced civilization the galaxy has ever seen. We will not stop until we've reclaimed what is rightfully ours. Imagine what a queen, a starship captain, or even a Federation ambassador could accomplish if their power was wielded by a truly superior entity. In the face of such impossible odds against an adversary so clearly more advanced in every way, the only logical choice is to submit.
Never.
Seize them.
Get us out of here, now!
Rydek to Resolute. Beam us out.
I'm kind of amazed they let us carry phasers in here.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated. I can assure you of that.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Itasca with us. She fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life more than once. She's more than just a comrade in arms.
That must mean she's a good soldier.
The very best.
We saved your life. What does that make us?
We aren't out of danger yet. But once we have my comrades, proper soldiers, we'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us. The ATP is just down that corridor.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster. There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
If there was a fight, the Takan might still be nearby.
Maybe my people killed them.
Or they could be waiting for us.
And that's a problem for when we meet them.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines could be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
It's heavy.
Find consoles. I still can't believe that Ed Solar is mad about the fact that, like, the whole thing with Miranda. Like, feeling concerned about Miranda makes a lot of sense. Being mad at Diaz for, like, being correct? Well, she's not mad at him for being correct. She's mad at him despite the fact that he was correct. Yep, that looks real bad. Like, she was all like to Diaz, oh, you better not screw up this relationship with Miranda. I like my friends and I don't want this to get weird. I am going up the other side, right? I feel like it. Yeah, okay. We'll go up over here. And then when she gets possessed by an alien ghost and turns out to be evil and is doing all of these awful things. Also, you know what's weird, now that I think about it? The fact that during a point in time when she had been overwritten by the Takan, she was like, you know what we should do? We should call Starfleet. We should send out a distress signal and bring Starfleet in here. I wonder if that was specifically because she wanted to trap a bunch of ships inside the anti-warp field. And give them a lot more people to bioform, is I think what they're calling it. Possess. Okay, so that was, I think, the way that we went down. Oh, and now we can go this way. See, I would pull out the tricord and, like, scan all this stuff, but, oh yeah, we don't want to walk on that. The game has sort of taught me that unless you hear the tricorder beep, you're not going to get anything. Okay, so now I should be able to Well, no, this still looks incredibly lethal. So what did I just shut down then? Probably something at the bottom of this ladder. This is a different area. So don't touch that one. Okay, there's another one we can climb, and another one we cannot climb. Shit.
You! Federation, you made it.
Barely. There's a lot of collateral damage out here.
They backed us into a corner.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down!
I think they've given up on capture.
We'll never make it if we go back that way. You, give me a hand with this! Go! Go! Behind us!
Objects with explosive mark over them will explode when shot. Use these explosive objects to take out multiple enemies at once. There's a small delay before the explosion triggers. Got it. Oh shit.
You don't have a chance.
I am trying.
Go, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
Shit.
Fall back!
Let's turn back on some of those electrical
Hold them
conduits.
back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Shit. Okay, that sucks. I guess that didn't count. Shit. Get up. Get up. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna retry. A to do regular retry. Just so everybody knows, like, you cannot skip these scenes. Like, there's no, like, fast forward or anything.
Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
Shit. Like, I feel like my options are take damage or lose immediately. shit. Like, I want to acknowledge, I see the, like, incoming fire, but it's running afoul of, oh man, there's a lot of dudes to shoot.
Fall back!
And a lot of dudes that are making a rush at the stairs. So I feel like only shoot the guys going to the stairs. Like, don't worry about anybody else. Come on, get up. God damn. Guys, I don't know. I'm doing my best.
Surrender.
Like, when 3 dudes show up, it's like...
Come on, hurry!
No! No! You can't just run in there.
You must live to fight.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that, and I'll answer for it when I die. It's not the Illydian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
We've lost people too. I know it's not easy.
What makes it worse is that when we were in there, trapped, Hadri is the one who said that we had to live to fight. And we all agreed. We said, if one of us was taken, the others wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Tyler, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
I couldn't just lie there knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance. How did it go? You look exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough.
Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illydians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
No. They're all Takan now. The Hotari, the Illydians, everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore.
Hotari isn't lost yet. This is far from over. It will be your home again, I promise.
Thank you.
The Federation stands with the Hotari. You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
Commander Rydick, we need you on the bridge immediately. We've got an Illydian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar. Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us. Commander?
I don't know.
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Illyrian ship now. No response.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready. Incoming.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Rydek, modulate the shield frequencies. See if we can get us any cover.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another. There!
We've got incoming! How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Captain!
He's out cold.
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Commander Rydek, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
Don't take it personally, but he had better things to do than talk to you.
Did he? Well, perhaps he's busy repairing his pathetic little ship. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
It's entirely possible you could destroy us. But the truth is, we're worth more to you alive than dead. Better if we report back to Starfleet about the power of Taconian technology, and the futility of fighting it.
There might be value in that. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. You claimed I would be held accountable, and here I am. Hold me accountable.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
But of course, now you are entirely at my mercy. So I've decided to let you live. Because there's merit to the idea you're worth more to me alive. Tell your Federation that Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
Why would I tell him?
You may not be so lucky.
You'll regret.
If you're even brave enough to face me again.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
I've lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we got.
Commander Rydick, you had the Khan after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment, given our current situation and the losses we have suffered?
I don't think reinforcements are going to help.
I think we don't know enough. We need more information.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Andoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
Right now, we have no way of knowing where those 2 Elydian ships are, or where they're going. Another Taconian might be able to at least point us in the right direction.
Or we're the ones pointing him right toward his fellow Takan, making the problem worse.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
Okay, and that is a perfect place to call it for this episode. Yeah, really enjoying the story, and the idea that we might get a cameo from Jonathan Frakes is a lot of fun as well. We're going to call it here and see you again for the next part in just a few.